my season preparation for 2022 season was food plots. Then also I shot my bow a lot, knowing that I was going to be after a 200-inch deer TC. So I was just completely making sure that I was going to be on paper tuning everything, shooting sitting down, shooting standing up, every position. So then were mainly my number one concerns was just getting food plots in and then making sure that I was shooting really good with my bow. Put a few tree stands up for TC, but unfortunately we never got the pictures that we were hoping for. So I moved to my other lease that I landed across the street.
August 18th, out here getting in our fall food plots. This is a plot actually right here that we planted this spring. It's just ryegrass, some clover and stuff, so we won't touch this food plot. Everything else was planted in the spring with beans, mainly to just get some nitrogen in the ground. What we do is we till all them up. Right now Jed's over here actually tilling up as I'm speaking and getting that food plot ready. I just put some fertilizer down. He's gonna work that in the ground. Then I'm gonna put fertilizer on top and seed. They're calling for rain this weekend. We just got 1.5 inches of rain Sunday, all day Sunday. Nice, soft, just rain all day, 1.5 inches total. So we've been dry here in central Iowa, so the moisture is needed. So hopefully it rains this weekend. Once I get these planted, we're gonna get their reveals, get some batteries charged up, and stay out of here till bow season. Down in this ditch where we're gonna hang.
Yeah.
He's going on the east side, which makes sense because we have no pictures of him. You know what I mean? We have no cameras on the east side. He's either coming straight up like he does, and we get pictures here, or he's coming here. There's a good trail right here. I guarantee that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Or he's doing this. If he does that, we don't get any pictures of him.
So I actually had 2 new shooters onto the new farm that I took, and was kind of confused on which one I wanted. One of them had a drop tine. So that October 1st came, we got this super cold fronts that we really want in the first few days of October. And October 1st, the first sit, boom, there they were.
It cooled down about 10-15 degrees today. We've got a major cold front coming tonight. Tomorrow's low is 30 degrees and 52 for a high all day. Also Saturday it's supposed to be 30s in the mornings and then 60s in the afternoon. So these early Octobers, always green pastures, but if you can hit that cold front, it should be dynamite. We have 3 big shooters on this farm. They have started daylight on these cold fronts that we got in September. We got a couple cold days in September. They daylighted. So we're hoping we're in here for the first sit in Iowa all season right here. It's the first time we've been in the stand. And we're hoping to catch one of these guys on their feet tonight or tomorrow. We're going to hunt the next 3 days. Then it looks like it's going to warm back up for a little bit, but getting anxious. Hopefully Powerball or Osama walks by us. Osama and Caretaker. Spark. tonight because we was waiting for the wind to switch out of the west to the northwest. We're hunting over a green field, alfalfa field. Last time we were in there, we had no encounter with Osama. And we're hoping the same thing happens tonight. I've got good buddy Dylan Preston here, my neighbor as well. He took the time off to come video me tonight, so hopefully Osama does the same thing as he did 2 nights ago, and it should be on. At Osama 60 yards. I've set up on him 5 times. I'm 3 for 5. I'm gonna have to move another set. This set right here is just, first of all, north winds are great, but all the deer that we have around us, it's impossible. He didn't smell it. He smelled something he didn't like. We've got ozonics in the tree. We've done everything we possibly can. We're scent proof. It just, a big 6-year-old mature deer like that, you can't. There's a reason why he's 6. So we're gonna sit till dark, but I'm gonna have to move another set. I'm gonna figure something out with the wind here.
So after that one encounter of Osama that was really close, other encounters were just out of my yardage, 80 yards or so. So I decided to take on early muzzleloader. Something I've never done, but thinking that I can just put the hammer down on Osama. So we got a good game plan in. I got my early muzzleloader tag and set up on Osama.
All right, it's October 15th. I'm doing something different this year that I've never ever done, and that's early muzzleloader. I've been after deer Osama for about a week and a half. 4 out of 5 encounters. I just can't get it down with the bow. There's just no way to get on him right now, so as consistent as he's being, there's not a better time with the cold front to get on this deer with a gun, so Jen Joy came out here today, made this nice ground blind for me. Jen's behind the camera. And we're gonna give it all we got. If he keeps doing what he's been doing the last week and a half, it's over. So I took the time today to go make sure everything was sighted in, and we had a southwest wind that changed from a straight out of west now, which is money. So fingers crossed.
For 3 days, 4 days straight, of course, he disappears. No more encounters with Osama. He's all over the farm on the camera. It's just coming out at dark now. So it was like 2 days prior to the end of early muzzleloader, I decided just to switch everything up and go on the south side of the farm, which is where we had some pictures of Powerball with the drop tine. So that was my plan there.
All right, it's October 19th. We've decided to sit somewhere else on this farm this evening. We believe we got pictures of Osama about 200 yards right below us. This is an amazing food plot. This area has not been touched this year. There's been no pressure in here. So he's changing things up, so am I. So I'm gonna try to throw him for a loop. There's also another big deer in here as well that just showed up this morning. He's on my hit list as well. So I'm hoping we got a northwest wind, which is great for this easy access to get in and get out. I'm hoping that 1 or 2 of these bucks will come out with these does feeding in this food plot and present me a 100-yard shot. So fingers are crossed, and we'll just see what happens.
smoked you. I smoked everything. Wow. Dude, I just smoked Powerball. I just smoked him at fucking 70 yards. He's big. I swear to God, he's dead. I dropped him right in the field, piled him up. Swear to God, Powerball's dead. Dude, his rack, dude, he's big. He's real big. I had that 160-inch 10-pointer, you know?
Yeah.
He was right in front of me at like 30 yards. Watched him all afternoon.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Man, we just got it done. October 19th, Powerball stepped out at 80 yards. I folded him. I've been hunting since Saturday, early muzzleloader. I've also been with my bow as well the week before. I'm after the buck Osama. He's been playing games with me and everything. And this deer walks out of the blue. I just wanted to go somewhere different on the south side of the farm. And boom, that's our number 2 hit list of this year on this farm. And he is folded at 80 yards. And he's got a huge drop tine. I'm pumped. I've got beer bar. Can't thank him enough behind the camera. The dude took the day off work, come out here and just film me all day and hang out. We moved stands. We messed with blinds, got ready for gun season coming up here in another 2 months. And I just can't believe it's happened. I mean, this is awesome. Now it's archery season. Let's go. Another buck came out. He's like, big buck. He's like, shooter. I'm like, and we have does from me to you on the blind.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 20 head out here eating.
Really?
And he walks out. I'm like, oh my God, it's Powerball. Had my gun up. I'm like, you want him? He's like, yep. And he didn't have the tripod because we had to keep the camera in. I mean, we couldn't move.
Yeah.
My barrel must have been on top of my rest. I have a beanbag rest.
Yeah.
Disintegrated. You can hear in the video. I thought my gun exploded. I was like, what's going on here? No, the compression of the end of my barrel blew the beanbag thing apart. We're spitting pellets out of our mouth and everything, dude. It's nuts. No, it's nuts.
That's awesome.
This thing, I just keep getting closer. I'm like, oh. I mean, it couldn't shot him any better. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Oh, look at all the velvet.
Crap, dude.
Yeah, I mean.
That drop time is freaking gnarly.
And the history I got with this deer, I mean, I got so many videos and pictures of reveals of this deer, it's unbelievable. Like, it couldn't have worked out any better. I mean, this thing is just, this thing is incredible. The drop tine pays for it.
Oh, yeah.
That drop tine is unbelievable. I mean, dude, that's probably close to an 8-inch drop tine.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been hunting since Saturday, and I decided to change things up this afternoon. And we came over here to the new food plot on the south side. It's not been pressured this year at all. Nobody's been back here. And just hoping something would come out. And surprisingly, the deer movement started like at 5:15. A bunch of does started coming out in this food plot, feeding, and I'm like, wow, this is really early and it's really good. All we got to do is stay still and not spook these does. And our first buck came out over here in the ditch, a little 3-year-old. I'm like, it's gonna get good. There's too many does in this field. Then the next buck comes out, which we have history with. He's a 10-pointer. He's a 4-year-old. He is probably pushing 160, 165. And I decided to let him pass. I judged him like for 10 minutes through the binoculars. I said it was the best thing to do is pass him. Then all of a sudden, my camera guy's like, big buck, big buck, big buck. And I couldn't see it because it was out of my left side of the blind. He says shooter, so I trusted his judgment. And by the time I got my gun up and stuff, we had so many does below us that I got my gun up, and whenever I got my gun up and seen who it was, I knew it was Powerball. We call this deer Powerball. I've had history starting through the summer. We've got plenty of revealed pictures, videos, plenty of that. And he's been all over this farm. So it does not surprise me that I've got my tag on this deer, and I couldn't be more happier right now.
Why'd you name him Powerball?
I named him Powerball because he has a drop tine. And you know, I've been hunting since I've been 10 years old, and my goal as a hunter has always been shoot a deer with a drop tine. So that's like winning the Powerball for me. Once I closed the deal with Powerball, the focus began on Osama again with my bow. And back and forth, never could close the deal on Osama. But also I was mentally and physically drained. I kind of hunted too hard in October after him that I would just physically, second week of November, I just was tired. I put my bow up and I actually didn't come back out again in the 2022 season. Osama was harvested during Shotgun 1, so that was kind of cool that I went to go see him in live, in real person. Pretty cool the way the story ended. You know, it's hunting him nonstop with an archery with the bow, and then having gun hunters come out and actually it was the first sit, so it's like, dang. I mean, I don't know why he gave me so much problems, but he was wounded, it looked like gored or something through fighting, so it was a blessing that he was put down and not suffering. So I don't know what this year is going to bring for me, 2023. Cameras will be out. Maybe we'll get pictures of TC. Maybe he's disappeared just for a year. I don't know, but we'll see what happens.